hang on. We gotta try this. Wait, what does Mario say? Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. We are so close to getting the shelter done and getting the goats out here. We're trying to just bring all the loose ends together, and I've got to build some kind of carrier to get them out here.
Oh yeah.
But first, we got to be done with the shelter, at least to the point that the initial phase, we can get them in there, get them using it. Hercules loves it. And then we'll get the goats out here. Hopefully, stat. I'm sure Grandpa Adler,
Definitely
Dad,
stat.
I'm sure he's ready.
Yeah.
So today, I'm gonna put the trim up for the sheet metal, but I think I figured out how to do it, and my first mistake is now shining through in the finished work.
It's okay though. It's not like we can't work around it.
No,
it's not
totally
a terrible
fine.
mistake.
It's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to do something a little bit different.
Lesson learned.
We're gonna do that. So today, I went and bought white Flex Seal, you know, that you see in the commercials, to paint right here between my sheet metal and my black trim. And when I say white, it's because I bought the wrong can. So I got to go back and exchange it and get black, no big deal, just a total waste of time. But whoever looked at the white can,
I just wanted to be on your level.
whoever looked at the can of white Flex Seal and you sat it back down in the black cans, not nice. And
Shame
Flex
on
Seal,
you.
you could differentiate a little better, but that's
Okay,
not the point.
it had a label on it that said white. Kyle just didn't look at it.
Yeah, but the one that's black also, it was in white and it said black. Whatever, I got black now. So we are going to use that Flex paint stuff, Flex Seal?
Flex Seal.
We're gonna use that right here, and we're gonna see how far it goes. I've got to do it there, I've got to do it up around the side, and I'll show you here in a little bit why. Because my trim, it only comes up to like right there, and this is gonna be exposed. Yes, for a goat shelter, we could totally leave it be, but for a Kyle built goat shelter,
But for K&S, we gotta
that ain't how we're doing it. Gotta make it right.
put the finishing touches on.
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of our practice canvas for all other buildings on the land.
That's true.
So we're just kind of learning with it. And now I know whenever you put this up here, you want your drip edge and all that stuff. I want this sheet metal to be flush with the top of my fascia. And that way, whenever you trim it out, it goes right up underneath and you don't have to worry about this.
Lessons learned. It's okay.
Yeah, we learned. But we're gonna try to get this goat shelter done, get a plan to get the goats out here, and have this thing just...
Wrapped up, buttoned up.
Yeah, and then
So we can move on to the next project.
the well house.
Yeah.
We have to have
Okay.
project meetings about
We
this.
have project meetings
Okay,
because...
so we're gonna look at the present, not gonna look too far in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, let's get to it. I wanna get this painted. You're supposed to wait 24 to 48 hours to cure it. I'm probably gonna wait 24 to 48 minutes and then put up the sheet metal.
That's not... No, babe.
Yeah, babe.
For real?
We'll talk about that. See you guys in a little bit. Since we last saw you, I made a little bit more progress on the shelter, stuff that didn't quite make it in the last video. And today Shannon's gonna be working in here. However, while she was editing the other day, we had Mr. Handsome Herc stick his cute little big head right under there.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
I was on the outside of the shelter on the back, kind of doing some of the finishing touches and getting ready for some of the stuff in here. Removed some of the boards that I had temporarily sitting there to keep him from doing that. And sure enough, man, I look down and there's this just dirt-covered big old head sticking out from under the shelter and one paw, and he was like, oh, hey, I was just gonna come join you.
He was just trying to see if there were any spots that the goats could get out. He's just helping you.
What a guy. What a guy. That's a good point. Thanks, Hercules, for your R&D that helps us out. So I've got some footage. Check out this. I went ahead and cut and installed the rest of the panels, custom cut stuff. And since then, I think we've had, what, 2 nights since then, and one of them it was even rainy, and he's had no attempt to escape. So very pleased with that. And now it's Shannon's turn in here.
So I really want to have a good place for the goats to lay and be able to relax and everything. So I'm starting to put together a little place for them. These are going to be raised up. I think I'm going to go probably 5 high, and I have some flat top pallets that my dad got for me, and that's what I'm going to put down for the goats to lay on and sleep on. We're still figuring out the whole floor situation, so for right now what we're going to do is just leave these boards that we have in here, and I think that eventually we're going to get some clean base rock, put it down in here, and then we'll put something on top of the base rock just so that it doesn't hurt the little goat's hooves or bruise them or anything like that. However, what I am doing can be taken apart and moved out and then put back in whenever we decide to go that route. So we just want to really focus on getting the goats out here right now. So if I can at least have Herc, Herc wants to chew on it. I think he thinks he's a goat. So I'm going to kind of put that together and then figure out a place for feeding, for their grain, for their hay, for all that, so that we can keep it out of the weather and they can stay dry while they're eating. And I have a helper. He's got to be in the middle of everything. But we still love him. So that's what I'm working on today. I just want to make it nice and cozy for them when they get here. So if you notice, these pallets look a little bit different than normal pallets. They don't have any boards right here. These are the pallets that I took apart for all of the siding. So instead of letting these go to waste because they're just the frame, I'm going to use those to stack up and build up their little rest area. And then you'll see I have some solid top pallets that we'll just put on top. And that's an easy thing that we can just swap them out later. You know, if they start rotting, if they get disgusting, anything like that, they're pallets. We got them for free, no big deal.
Goes on like glue. Well, we got the goat shelter done to the point that we needed to before we got quite a bit of rain last night.
Yeah.
If you've ever done sheet metal on a roof or trimmed it or whatever, please don't comment below. I am fully aware it is far from being done correctly. And JR from 4W, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. But I did get the trim on, kind of. Why are you laughing so big?
So we should have We should have looked to see what all the different pieces were before we started installing.
As you guys know, I did a ton of research on building this thing out and how to build the roof and how to do everything we needed to do. However, by the time we got this close and I'm really chomping at the bit to get the goats out here, I kind of just made some assumptions. And I didn't open one of the packages of sheet metal and inspect it. I assumed it was just like the other one that looked very similar to it.
Lesson learned.
It's not. Here's my sheet metal roof. I absolutely love it. The way that trim, I believe those pieces should have been on either side and they would have wrapped around. However, it still comes back and will shed water properly. Down here, water runs right off of that. We got sheet metal here to kind of protect this 2x4. And then of course I painted that Flex Seal stuff up there to help with a little bit of extra water protection and sealant. And of course I did it up here and on the other side. These pieces also not right. They're supposed to be, I think, back here and then flare out so that it pushes the water a little further, but I made it work. And guess what? It's dry in the shelter. So, you know, this was our learning project. It's still the greatest goat shelter on the planet, and it's gonna serve its purpose. So now I know, moving on, doing other sheds, shops, potentially a living quarters at some point, I need to do a little bit more research on my finish work, especially the sheet metal. So I know I have great resources. Shannon's dad's good at it. JR has offered to help over at 4W Metals. I just got a little impatient and I want to get those goats out here. Next, we'll be trying to make that guy match this guy, kind of, stylistically. But here's the cool thing. While I was working on the sheet metal yesterday, my amazing Pallet Pro wife, Shannon, came in here. Are you in there? Yeah.
You caught us.
And she started working on the goats and Hercules pallet perches. Quite frankly, I think she did awesome.
Herc seems to like them.
We're not completely certain if this is all permanent, as far as, like, we've talked about doing different things for the ground and the flooring, but at this point, I think it's good enough to get them in here, see how they do. Kind of gives us a little bit of room to move things and still determine what works best for them, how they like to stay out of the wind and the cold. Is somebody getting puppy rambunctious?
Somebody's getting a little puppy.
Yeah, you need to eat some food and take a nap, big boy. Yeah, you do. Yeah, no, you really do. No, you just want to eat my hand?
Yeah, he just gets real bitey.
Yeah, but he's just a lover. He wouldn't bite. But this is looking awesome, guys. I am so happy about this. Finishing touches, Shannon is kind of refinishing a hay feeder that her dad gave us. And I think it was like a red before.
Yeah, I'm spray painting it black.
All of these walls, if this is your first time seeing this goat shelter, all of these walls are recycled pallets. Obviously, these are also recycled pallets. Shannon's dad scored us a ton of pallets a couple of different times, and Shannon has truly become the Pallet Pro. And it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You saved me a lot of time and money. I'm okay with that. Well, here's the new plan. Today, what we've got to do is I want to make a goat carrier. I don't have a proper crate big enough to carry the 2 goats. We don't have, you know, Nala's crate was just big enough for her, but I don't even know if it's in storage or where that thing is. We're not going there. So we've got to make a custom goat carrier, and it just so happens that we have a Doss family gathering tomorrow. And so I think we're going to take that opportunity and steal some goats from Dad and get Mario and Luigi home.
Yay!
I know. I couldn't be more ready.
We're very ready for them.
Hercules wants full-time friends. He wants to have a dedicated job and feel better about what he's doing. We're still coming out and bringing Nala out and doing so much with him to keep him active and make sure he doesn't feel lonely. And it's been great, but we do obviously have to kind of work around him, his schedule, his playtime, and of course, his pen. So it'd be nice to get them here. What we plan to do is for a few days, they'll be up here in the pen. They'll get to know Hercules' rules and what he's used to, and so they can all kind of get acclimated. And in the meantime, I will be building out the electrical fence so that we can let them out. But I don't think it's going to harm them for a few days to be up here. We're going to hay feed them, grain feed them, treat them, and cuddle with them. Let them know that they're going to have it better here than at Grandpa Adler Farms. That's bold.
That's a bold
That's really bold. I'm kidding. I'm hoping for a straight lateral transition. Life remains good for them. We have some happy goats and a happy life. But look at this, guys.
Did you tell him you finished burning out these posts?
Oh, I didn't.
We were trying to decide if we were going to paint these or trim them or what we were going to do. And Kyle decided to just go ahead and burn them. And I think they look awesome.
Well,
Super nice.
Cost savings was a big deal. And then after I painted that Flex Seal up there, that stuff is super tacky. And it was just so much faster. I had the torch. I didn't want to paint around the goat panel that I put over here. So I just started going. And honestly, I think it turned out great.
I love it. I think it looks awesome.
We still have the option to paint it if we so choose down the road. But for right now, I think we're just going to stick with the burnt look.
Yep.
First building ever.
Yeah.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, speaking of building, let's get over there, get the goat carrier put together, and that way we're ready to bring them home.
Yes.
All right. These are not the lightest pallets in the world. Shannon just wanted to see me carry them.
What'd you say?
Love you.
I know that's not what you said.
So my thinking is we go 2 pallets deep.
Okay.
And then I think we can just go 1 pallet wide.
Yeah, it just
think
needs
that's
to be flipped.
More than enough. Well, you're in my way.
Oh, I'm in your way.
I'm going back there. So you want these on the inside, or you want these on the inside?
I was thinking those on the outside.
Okay.
Guess we could do it the other way if you wanted. Whatever's easiest.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go on the inside, aren't I?
Yeah.
So the top will fit.
Yeah. Kyle gets to find out what it's like to wing it here.
I don't know what smack you're talking, but your help was too late.
You just weren't patient enough to wait for me.
So you just want to use scrap, put like a piece on the outside here, screw it into each, and then that way we're not messing with the elevation on top, and we can put a pallet on top?
Yeah, that sounds great. You hold it, I'll go get
Ready to go. Why is it that we make everything as elaborate as possible for these silly goats?
Well, because they're special.
I agree. I do like this way better than that tight little crate though.
It's kind of like the whole first child thing, you know?
Oh yeah.
The
So you're
first
saying our
child
next
always
round of goats, we're just gonna give them a map to the house and tell them good luck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've scratched.
You know, I was the second child. Are you saying that mom and dad kind of did that with me? They was like, well, you know, Chad's still alive. Good luck, Kyle.
I mean, I'm just saying I'm the second child, and there's definitely a lot more childhood pictures of my sister than me. I'll put it that way.
Was she a cuter kid than you?
Oh!
I wasn't there. I don't know. I was just
She
curious.
probably was.
I mean, there's a difference too. You guys only have 2. With 3, like little brother Matt, he got all the spoilings. So what am I? I'm just chopped liver, aren't I?
And I'm checking the pieces to make sure they're the right size.
Screw it in.
Okay.
I say let's just do it.
Kyle's winging it today, guys.
Yeah, well, that goat shelter right there, as much as I love and am very, very proud of that, that may be the last super elaborate thing that we do for animals that might eat it anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Herc was chewing on the flat pallets yesterday while I was in there.
I want to treat this like other people treat their goat carriers and things.
I don't think other people make goat carriers.
Oh, baloney. I Googled it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Ours is still going to be better, but we're not the originals of this.
Okay, let's go to the bottom first.
I was going to say, drive her in there. Look at that. Look at that.
Let's go one in the middle. Just
Let's leave it alone.
Really?
Yeah. You know what we would do on a goat shelter that's to be the greatest goat shelter of all time? We would have put one right here.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want to do.
Let's use these to kind of just mock it up and see how good it is. You know what this one's called, don't you?
Oh, man. Let me think about it. Let me think about it.
Oh, it's already in my head.
Goat.
Spelling is important.
I know. Does it have alliteration? Everything.
Doesn't everything I come up with have alliteration?
Yeah.
Can I just say it? You're killing the
Okay,
build up
just
here.
say it. Just say it. What is it?
You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, that's not nice.
I'm gonna put it on the side of it when we're done. Beautiful.
How so? Put it on the side, how?
I'll show you. You can't have all the ideas. If I say them, you steal them. So I'm keeping it. I'm keeping this one. This is mine.
That's fine.
You're doing great.
Thanks. Feel really on the spot over here.
You should.
Now I see why you gave me, or kept telling me I needed the hammer drill.
Impact driver.
Impact driver, whatever. It's a
Say
hammer
it
drill.
with me. Impact driver.
Impact driver.
Atta girl. I was gonna say, if you pulled out that hammer drill for this, people are gonna judge us pretty hard. It is something we would do while we're learning, but not this time. Okay, so the goal here, the two of them technically could fit in that.
Well, do you just want to do one then? Man. They may like it better for transport anyway if they're closer in quarters instead of having all this room.
Well, do we need to build a vaulted ceiling for them? No.
I think it'd be fine with just a flat top.
I'll tell you what, let's just put the flat top on it, and then I'll let you crawl in there, and you tell me if there's room for me to come in and join you. If not, then we got to do more. Even though I'm a little bit larger than Mario and Luigi.
I was going to say, I think you're a little bit larger than Mario and Luigi.
I think I'm a little bit larger than the two of them put together.
How about I climb in there and tell you if Herc could get in there with me?
That guy?
Then that's a pretty good idea of size.
Okay, let's get the top on and we'll decide from there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm down.
You know what? This is what I ran into with the Herc hut. It's not going to fit that way.
You know what we're going to call this?
I already forgot. What?
Do you know what we're calling it?
I don't know what we're calling it. Hey, babe, this could kind of be like the goat garage.
No. Way more straightforward and to the point.
All right.
This is going to be...
Is your board long enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if you needed a different one.
Nope, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, is it?
Shoot, I don't know. That would have been a good thing to look up. I don't think so. I think it's just cloudy. Worst case scenario, we throw a tarp over it.
Okay.
And we just keep them dry.
Sounds good.
Okay, so riddle me this. We're looking at, with the center block, about 17.5 inches. So we're just gonna do 1.5 deep, is that what you're saying?
Yes,
as far as
great.
As far as width-wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks.
I'm sure I'll find a use for that later.
Then I will not destroy it. I'm digging this so far.
I forgot to crawl in here first.
I love it. How's it feel?
I think it's cozy. I think that they'll both fit. They'll just be close. And it'll be okay.
You know what?
Herc could be right here with me. Whew. Look at you over here just winging it.
Well, you know. I brought the level, but I figured it'd be kind of weird to pull that out on a pallet. Goat getter.
Goat getter.
Goat getter. But I ain't spelling it right. I'm spelling her like get her done. Goat get her done. So I'm putting it on the side so people can see it when we're going down the road. And if we have to tarp it and they're like, what's in there? They'll know. Because it's the goat getter. What else would you put in here? Well, pigs, sheep, anything else we ever get, right?
Yeah. Do you want to put one across here to kind of support it?
Not really. Sure. Do you want me to?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
I can't have this turned back into the goat shelter. We have to contain ourselves and just make it functional and move on.
Hey, FYI, that ghost shelter is exactly what I had imagined.
I know. And this is my imagination now because I want to get those goats out here and I don't want to take too long. Now, we will be putting sheet metal on this. We're going to be doing spray-in insulation. I will run electrical so that we can put lights in it, and we will have a heated floor.
You should put the Goat Getter sign and neon lights.
Yeah, let me custom order a neon sign real quick. We should have the goats here in about 3 months. No big deal. Just kidding.
I want to see if you can fit in there.
I know I can. It's just all the way down there. Okay. Do you want me to cut it while I'm in here, or we're going to leave that stuff?
I say let's leave it.
Hang on. We got to try this. Bah. 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 Wait, what does Mario say? When he and Fox get to talking, man, those tongues.
Oh my God.
You go to feed them, and Fox turns around and he's like, so if they watch Grandpa Adler, they know, man. They know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, so if I'm Mario and I've got my big horns, these might be a little annoying.
Okay.
Now, I'm bigger than Mario, drastically bigger. You know what? This will move them just fine.
I mean, it's not like they're going to be in there for 8 hours.
Let me have that jigsaw. I feel bad.
Seriously?
Yes, at least the middle one here.
Well, there's 2 middle ones.
Okay, so you're doing great.
Hey, thanks. Oh, they're falling.
I'm like a cat.
Ninja.
Ninja. Cat ninja. Is that what you mean?
There's so much headroom in here. Thanks.
I'm hopeful that's what Mario and Luigi say too.
I think that's what they're going to say. They're going to be thrilled.
So what do you think? We just try to get them in there and then screw a pallet on the front of it? It's gonna work like a charm.
If we wanted to save it later, we could go get one of those little latches and attach it there and then some hinges on the other side. Is that turning it into the goat shelter again?
No, I was just thinking, let's hinge it. Let's go get hinges.
Hinges and a little latch lock?
Yeah.
Good work on winging it.
Hey, thanks. Did we just build our first thing in like 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah,
Enter the critter getter.
I like it.
I do too. All right, now I just got to put my sign on it, and then once we hinge it and pin it, we'll be ready to go. You're going to see us try to corral the goats in there. Yes, Dr. Doolittle, Grandpa Adler will be there, so he can just tell the goats to go on in, and they should just walk right in there.
I think he'll just be able to point, be like, hey, get in there, and they'll just go on in.
Yeah.
No big deal, right?
I mean, they're grain trained, and every time Mario gets out, he just gets more grain, and then he goes wherever he needs him to. So
or some scratch.
Somehow we'll have to isolate them from Dad's goats and throw some grain in there and see if they just go right in. You remember what happened the last time we tried to isolate these two, right?
Yeah, this shall definitely be entertaining.
So we'll find out if this is a Goatastrophe take 2. All right, let's go get the hardware and finish this out.
Okay. So Kyle ran to the store to get a little hinge and lock for the door for the critter getter. So I had this idea to make him a little sign. He's going to make his own whenever he gets here, but I just wanted to surprise him and give him a little sign. Critter getter. Moment of truth right here.
Is it going to do what it's supposed to do? You know, I probably should have picked that door up off the floor just a little bit.
I thought about that, but I wasn't about to tell you that.
Well, I thought about it part of the way through, but I wasn't about to change what I was doing. Oh my word.
Looky there.
Wait. Did I get something right the first time?
I think you did. Hey, good job, babe.
Hey, thanks. I mean, like, if this were suspended up in the air, look at that door.
Da-da-da-da.
Well, this is great because at least now, if we get one in, we can close them in, lure the other one in, and we've got the door right there, and we don't have to try to put it in place and screw it together and all that.
Absolutely. That's awesome. If any of you see us driving down the road with this little thing on our trailer that says, Critter Getter, please honk at us.
We may have people honk at us anyway, like, really? Really? Yes, that's right.
I mean, why not?
What else do you call this thing? I mean, this is exactly what it is. In fact, I called Dad to prep him for Operation Bring the Goats Home. And I told him, I said, hey, we're going to bring the trailer over with the Critter Getter. And you know what his reaction was? Sounds great. He didn't even hesitate. He knows his son and daughter-in-law. He's like, yep, sounds about right. Making themselves the Critter Getter.
That's so funny.
Of course, he's the one that calls his animals critters more than anybody I know, so that's probably where I get it from.
Well, I figure if we can make people laugh online, maybe we can make people laugh as we're driving through town and they see our Critter Getter.
Oh, people laugh at us quite a bit. Can't argue with that.
I've never installed a lock like that.
If it makes you feel better, neither have I. See, I'm stupid.
That's not the right way, is it? Because look.
Oh, I know. I'm stupid. This latch should be on the front, keeping something going from this direction. That's why I was talking about the eye and the screw. Because then I could have put the hook right here, put the eyelet right here, you close it, and you just throw that in, and it keeps it from opening. So, you guys are such amateurs. What are you doing? So the latch worked perfectly, except not at all. I just want you guys to know stuff like this, it does happen. This is where the city folk...
Quite often, too.
Yeah, this is where the city folk comes out in us and we're like, huh, do we put that in the video or no? Let's not. You know what? I can't make excuses. This is so stupid.
So we just need to go buy something else?
I could. What I need to do is maybe see if I can fashion it vertically right here on the inside of this to that.
Babe.
Then at least it drops down.
There's no way that we're going to be able to have a lock on the inside where the goats are. Plus, we don't want them to...
It's a latch. And they got to be able to do this.
They are ninjas.
They're stupid.
I know, but they're escape artists.
Okay.
Well, they are.
So for those of you thinking about taking on this homestead lifestyle and country living, don't be afraid to do silly fun things and then laugh about it, because that's what we do.
But you have to laugh at it.
You gotta laugh at it.
If you don't laugh, you'll just be miserable.
Yep.
And we all make mistakes, so
and
have
when
fun with it.
People want to feel better about themselves on the good old socials, they can make fun of me for it, and they feel better, and I get a good laugh out of it. So I like to bring people joy, even if it's them laughing at us. I'm putting this one on you.
I will take the blame on this one because I did mention this kind of hook or latch or whatever you want to call it.
Well, and I unfortunately
didn't know how it worked.
I saw the hook and eyelet, and I thought, man, that might actually be easier. But one of these would be cool. And then I was leaving, I was in the parking lot, literally pulling out onto the road, heavy traffic on the weekend. And I thought, you know what? This ain't gonna work the way that we're butting up that pallet to the Critter Getter. And I didn't turn around. I thought, we'll make it work. So I just came here and put it on and thought, nope, not gonna work.
Take two.
Take two. This time it's gonna kind of work, okay?
Just kind of. All right, moment of truth.
Ba-da-dee. Boom.
Good job.
I don't have to go back to the store now.
I almost offered to get in there and try it, but I didn't want you to lock me in there.
I absolutely would have, but I'm pretty sure you could reach in there. And look at that, man. Look at that Critter Getter.
Great work, babe.
Thing latches shut. It's got hinges. It's got a paint job.
Now you have to make your sign for the other side.
I love that we came out here and in one day, compared to the 2.5, 3 weeks it took to do that, we just throw this together and I know we can get the goats home in it. And it latches shut. So
which will be in the next video. Everybody asks every single video, when are the goats coming home? And we haven't been able to answer because, quite frankly, we didn't know. We had to get everything done first.
Yeah.
Now we know, next video, the animals will be here.
Yep. All right, it is official. The critter getter is latchable. We've got our awesome black hinges on it. That's right, 3 of them with a matching custom critter getter sign. It's looking awesome.
Guys, guess what this means? It's time for Mario and Luigi to come home. It's time.
Yeah, time for the boys to come join the party.
Okay, well, today's the day. We're finally bringing our goats home.
Got the critter getter loaded. Gonna go get her some critters.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, we cannot tell you thank you enough for coming along on this journey with us. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Hang on, somebody's snacking on a beard. Ow! Get the grays. If you're gonna pull any out, just make sure you get the gray ones. You like being the center of attention?
I think he has definitely claimed the center of attention card.
You smell that, Herc?
He's so sweet.
It's the last time it's gonna smell like this in here. Because your goat brothers